Hello everybody, we're going to be making a virtual network module for our Azure Virtual Desktop Lab. The first thing we're going to want to do is pull up the provider so we can get a good idea of what we're going to be doing. I'm going to use the most recent provider, which might be this one here. So again, we're going to start off with the resource and then we're going to call it virtual network. So let's go back over here to our VS Code. I'm going to call it resource. I'm going to say that it's a Bicep file. Resource virtual network. Remember guys, we're going to use a camel case. And let's see what's the most recent one. And it does look like it's 1101. Put equals and start off with a bracket. Name, virtual network name. And tags is going to be tags. Params, and then we're going to start this off with another bracket. Oh, sorry, thinking that this is a module already. So we're going to put what we need up here, virtual network name, and we're going to put the type of object it is, and we're going to put our usual stuff, which is location, string, param, tags, and this is going to be an object, param, resource, group name, and that's going to be a string. We shouldn't need that in here actually. Gonna go and save it just so we get a network B. Okay. So what do we need? We can first of all use the provider to create our own, or we can just use an example template. If you go to the provider, there should be some examples at the bottom that you can pull the template from. We're just going to go and do that and then just make our own from that, just so we know we're not missing anything. So we're going to copy this, and the nice thing about Bicep is once you go to this over here and type in Bicep, some magic happens and it decomposes it for you. So we can use this as a template and then copy paste what we need over here. So now we got the properties, we got the name, and we've got to put in the location. Alright. And then the address space. Make some break lines over here. And that looks like it's going to be VNet address prefix. And I believe that's going to be a string, which we will make something like 10. Let's do a default of /16. Gives a lot of room to breathe within the VNets. and then subnets. Cool thing about Bicep is you can do a for each. That way you're not stringing yourself and forcing two subnets. So I have another example over here that we can use. So we're going to use the subnets here. Let's see where we are with this. We're going to copy this. And then we're going to do param subnets array. Okay, so we're going to write this all out so we know what we're looking for. Okay, what is going on? Okay. Oh, that's what happened. We did not close out this array here, or object, I should say. What happened was I was putting the subnets property within the address space property. So we're gonna format this again so that we can do some tidying up. And now let's just write this out all over again. So we're gonna write out for subnet in subnet. Okay. And then basically what we're saying here is for every subnet item in this array, do the following things. So you see on the right hand side that there's a name and the properties. So here's what we can do. We can get name, and we're gonna get the subnet array item and then look for the name. And then we're gonna get the properties from there. And we need at the bare minimum address prefix. So we're gonna get subnet.address prefix. And we can get multiple things like the route table and do the same thing. Subnet route table. So in here we're saying, hey, get the address prefix from that array item as a mandatory property that needs to exist in there. And then for this item, for every subnet, we want to see if it has it, and if it does, go ahead and grab it. And then we can do the same thing for network security group, subnet dot network, or let's just do NSG. Make it easier on everybody's fingers here. And we'll just finish it off with that. So what that'll look like in practice if we had to create a default value for this is we will do this. We're going to put, and then it's going to be an array of objects, meaning that each item is going to have multiple properties within it, which is how we're going to get these different objects. So, for example, we're going to get name, and let's just do something simple like subnet1. And then the address prefix is going to be, let's just take this as an example, and it's a string, so 10.0.0./24, and then name, let's just do subnet 2, address prefix, and I did not use a slash. So now we have two address prefixes that exist in here. And then let's just do avd lab. And this will be West US. Yeah, let's just do West US. And this will be an empty object. So let's see what this will look like when we deploy just from the these values. So we have everything from an address prefix, tags, locations, and then the virtual network address prefix, and then some multiple subnets that we're going to be deploying to. So let's go ahead and deploy directly from VS Code. Azure Labs, and then we're just going to create a new resource group, call it AVD Lab or Azure Labs. West US, and then let's see what we have over here. None. Alright, we have this CIDR range with two different subnets. And as you can see, we did not put any security groups or any route tables, so that looks good. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in our main.bicep so we can chug along and use whatever values we need. Mainnet address prefix. So what we're going to do here is we're going to type in module, and module means that we're going to use that specific file, virtual network, modules, virtual network. Okay, and I will go ahead and add this over here just so that it's the same. Okay. Okay, so again, we're going to use the same naming convention for the deployment, and then a dash date. Okay, and it's still yelling at us because we still need the values of scope. And we're going to do resource group function, resource group name. And then we're going to need to input the params. And of course, the typical thing, which is a virtual network name, it's going to be virtual network name. Location is going to be location. Subnets is subnet. Tags is tags. And then VNet address prefix is CIDR. VNet CIDR. There it is. Okay. We're going to put in our virtual network parameters. We will be naming it VNet AVD PRD West US 3. Let's do a /16. And then let's actually make two different subnets over here. Name is going to be subnet 2. And then let's make this a /24 as well. Alright. Gonna save this. And the great thing about Bicep is that we can redeploy as many times as we'd like. This one was in a test resource group. Alright. Don't need these yet. And then let's go ahead and format it. Okay. And looks like we're good here. And we can deploy directly from the main.bicep file with no parameters, as long as we have all the parameters inputted here. So we're going to deploy AVD network. And then no parameter file. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh. And this is going to be the issue if you do not put a depends on. So we need that resource group over here before we deploy the virtual network, because it went nowhere. It went to a black hole basically. So we're going to put depends on RG, and this should fix it. So now we're going to have a dependent resource to deploy into, and this should fix our issue. AVD networking. All right. Okay, looks like it did work this time. Let's go check out what we got in the VNet now. Okay, /16, subnets, 2 subnets. Awesome. Okay. As you can see here from the main file, we deployed both the resource group and the VNet. If we take a look at the VNet in here, or the resource group, excuse me, we can see that the VNet was created under here. And that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I can do a deeper dive on the for each within the VNet, and then we can build on this. Thanks, guys. Bye.